Detective Maria Reyes was no stranger to Miami's seedy underbelly. She'd spent the better part of a decade infiltrating drug rings, toppling illegal arms dealers, and tracking down human traffickers. But when a string of murders began to emerge, bearing the unmistakable signature of a serial killer, she found herself drawn into a case unlike any she had faced before. The first victim was found in an alley, just blocks away from the bustling nightlife of South Beach. She was young, maybe in her early 20s, brutally slain with a ritualistic precision that sent a chill down Maria's spine. The calling card was a crescent moon carved into the victim's forearm, a symbol that would come to define the killer's identity. As Maria began to peel back the layers of the investigation, she found that the victim had ties to a major drug cartel operating within the city. It was a lead, tenuous at best, but it was all she had. With the support of her trusted partner, Detective Miguel Ortiz, Maria embarked on a journey that would take her into the heart of Miami's darkest corners. Together they worked tirelessly, following leads, interrogating suspects, and digging into the city's criminal networks. The cartel was like a spider's web, complex and interconnected, with threads that reached into every aspect of the city's life. The deeper Maria and Miguel delved, the more they realized that the murder was just the tip of the iceberg. As weeks turned into months, more victims were found, each bearing the mark of the crescent moon. The media dubbed the killer the Lunar Slayer, and panic began to grip the city. Maria's obsession with the case grew, her intuition telling her that there was something more to the murders, something deeper, something that connected them to the cartel. She discovered a pattern, a ritualistic method to the killings, a cycle that was tied to the lunar phases. Each murder occurred on a new moon, each victim chosen for a specific reason, each death a part of a larger design. The connection to the cartel became more apparent, as each victim was found to have ties to their operations. But it was more than just a vendetta or a warning. It was symbolic, a message that was being sent. But what was the message? And who was sending it? Maria's investigation led her to a shadowy figure, a man known only as the Magician. He was a myth, a legend within the criminal underworld, a mastermind who orchestrated the cartel's activities from behind the scenes. The more she learned about him, the more she realized that he was the key to unraveling the mystery. He was the puppet master, the one pulling the strings, the one who knew the truth behind the Lunar Slayer. The chase was on, a cat-and-mouse game that took Maria and Miguel through the streets of Miami, from the glitzy high-rises of Brickell to the gritty neighborhoods of Little Havana. They were close, so close, but the Magician was always one step ahead, always out of reach, his presence felt but never seen. As the new moon approached, the tension mounted. Another murder was imminent, the cycle continuing, the ritual unbroken. Maria felt the pressure, the weight of the city's fear, the responsibility of stopping the killer before he struck again. But the deeper she went, the more she felt herself being drawn into the darkness, the lines between right and wrong blurring, her moral compass spinning out of control. The case was taking its toll, consuming her, changing her. She was losing herself, losing her way, the pursuit of justice turning into an obsession. Her relationship with Miguel began to strain, the trust that had been the foundation of their partnership cracking under the pressure. The Magician was in her head, his voice a whisper, his influence a shadow that she couldn't shake. With the new moon fast approaching, Maria and Miguel uncovered a lead that pointed to a secret location, a place hidden in the depths of Miami's Everglades. It was there, they believed, that the Lunar Slayer prepared for the ritualistic killings, and where the connection to the cartel was strongest. They ventured into the wilderness, guided by instinct and determination, the landscape becoming a twisted maze of swamp and shadows. As they delved deeper, they discovered a hidden world, a sanctuary where the lines between reality and superstition were blurred. Altars adorned with strange symbols, cryptic writings on the walls, the air thick with the scent of ancient rituals. It was here that they found evidence of the Magician's true identity, a revelation that shook Maria to her core. He was no mere criminal mastermind. He was a dark sorcerer, a practitioner of forgotten arts, a man who had sold his soul for power and influence. The murders were more than just killings. They were sacrifices, offerings to an ancient deity that the cartel worshipped. The magician was ready, his power formidable, his cunning unmatched. He taunted Maria, his words laced with dark truths, his eyes reflecting the abyss that lay within. But Maria was unyielding, her resolve strengthened by the horrors she had uncovered, her determination fueled by the need for justice. They fought, a struggle that transcended mere physicality, a battle of minds and spirits, a war that raged through the very fabric of existence. In the end, the magician's arrogance was his downfall. His belief in his invincibility, his reliance on dark forces, proved to be his weakness. Maria defeated him, not with guns or fists, but with courage and conviction, with the strength of her humanity, the power of her belief in justice. The Lunar Slayer was unmasked, his reign of terror ended, his dark secrets laid bare. But the victory came at a price. Miguel was gravely injured, the partnership that had been their strength now a reminder of the scars they bore. The cartel was shattered, its influence broken, its dark rituals exposed. But the shadow it cast would linger, a stain on the city's soul, a wound that may never heal. For Maria, the case was closed, but the impact it had on her life was profound. She had faced the darkness, confronted the abyss, and emerged changed, forever marked by what she had seen. The city moved on, the fear subsiding, the memories fading. But for Maria, the echoes of the Lunar Slayer would remain, a haunting reminder of the thin line between good and evil, a chilling testament to the darkness that lurks within us all. And every new moon, when the crescent appeared in the sky, she would remember, the scars aching, the memories whispering, a warning, a lesson, a truth that could never be forgotten.